When Richard called to ask if he could use 20 minutes of video that I shot at a Cardmen's meeting he hosted 2 years ago, I told him that whatever videos I'd taken over the years were his to use as he chooses. I suggested that he also consider interspersing some of the still photos that I took that day into the video and do a voiceover introducing the attendees. Richard said, "Why don't you do the voiceover? It'd sound great with your New York accent." Well, I figured why not? It'll give me a chance to repay Richard for his friendship and generosity. He's been great to me, my family, and my friends over the years. Over my last 30 years working for the same gambling regulatory agency, I've been blessed with the opportunity to attend gaming protection seminars presented by the men I think are the best in the business. I'd like to give you a glimpse of me throughout my career, introduce two great gaming legends, and explain how my perspective changed after one of those men introduced me to Richard Turner. When I began my career in December of 1978, the only source for learning the rules of casino games and protection against cheating was the classic book, John Scarney's Complete Guide to Gambling. It was exciting to learn that Mr. Scarney was a consultant to our agency, not because I was aware of his game protection expertise, but as a student of magic for several years who was mesmerized as a teen by his card moves in a series of Schaefer beer commercials, and later impressed by his hands filling in for Paul Newman's in the terrific movie The Sting. Mr. Scarney was a legendary figure to magicians everywhere. Naturally, I was thrilled with the opportunity to meet him and ask him to inscribe his book, Scarney on Cards, for me at our office on the 74th floor of 2 World Trade Center in 1979. To this day, in my mind's eye, I can still see the Scarney Schaefer beer trick that sparked my interest in playing cards, and I only wish that someone had saved those commercials for today's magicians to enjoy. While my attempt to duplicate it here 40 years later in the following video clip pales in comparison to Mr. Scarney's, I think you'll understand why his effect dazzled me so much as a teenager in the 1960s. I hope you enjoy it. In 1997, I was very fortunate to meet Steve Forte and talk with him several times at length during a week-long casino game protection seminar. And as we became friends over the next 10 years, he generously and very patiently answered all of my questions during scores of phone calls and hundreds of emails, inspiring me to learn all I could about casino game protection. In 1999, I attended a law enforcement seminar presented by George Joseph, a pioneer in the game protection field who, in 1981, produced and starred in the first videotape expose ever made. George has also created a number of other informational videos, and he's authored several great books. George is a familiar face to viewers of cable TV casino cheating exposés and was one of the experts Steve Forte relied upon for reviewing both drafts of his protection book. George and I also became friends over the last decade, and there's no doubt that I learned more about casino game protection from Steve and George than from all other sources combined. If you're wondering why I've mentioned Mr. Scarney, Steve Forte, and George Joseph in my tribute to Richard Turner, and also included my version of Mr. Scarney's card trick, it's to illustrate that I was pretty familiar with playing card manipulation when I first met Richard in 2005, or at least I thought I was. On November 18th, 2005, Steve Forte invited my wife Anita and me to join him for lunch with Paul Wilson and Richard Turner. I was familiar with Paul's work from the TV show The Takedown and his work on the movie Shade, but all I knew about Richard was that he was featured on an episode of Ripley's Believe It or Not that Steve had mailed me a copy of in 1997, accompanied by a note describing Richard as, quote, a superb technician, end quote. During the course of several hours, in what I later dubbed dueling card sharks, my head jerked rapidly from left to right like I was watching a ping-pong match as Paul on my left and Richard on my right fired away non-stop with their handiwork. I was awestruck. But what immediately caught my attention was how Steve and Paul both marveled at Richard's moves. Here were two of the most famous card men on the planet, slyly grinning at each other, obviously as captivated as I was with Richard's demonstrations. Nevertheless, more intriguing to me was Richard's personality. He was totally candid, charming, informative, and so friendly that he made me feel as if I'd known him for years, instantly erasing the nervousness I had before meeting him. While I was familiar with many of the gambling sleights that Richard demonstrated, His dexterity opened my eyes to what a world-class performer could do with a deck of cards, raising my interest in playing cards to new heights. Please join me for a glimpse of what Anita and I experienced that day. The first thing I noticed about Richard was his continuous, unconscious handling of a deck of cards as he conversed, which I later learned he does all day long, no matter where he is. Whether it be in a car, working out at the gym, or even in church. The other remarkable thing is his ability to follow people's voices and look them in the eyes, in effect playing the role of a sighted person, as he was taught to do decades ago by his acting teacher, Steve Terrell.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
Very good. Shuffle them. Flip them. Squeeze them out.
That's incredible.
Let me get these cards out. Go Jim. The cards, they must have been told they got the kinks.
No, they do. I hate kinks, meaning like a spring crimp.
You know, where they pop back and forth? Weather does that. Cool weather. Can you see it from that angle there, Bruce?
Yes, I can.
You almost want to stand up, Bruce. It's only the best second deal in the world.
Yeah. Can you see it a little better by giving you a better
That's
angle?
beautiful right there.
You see how the thumb is going way back and brushing and how
And then here's the with
it's a push-off second, but he's pushing them out about this much.
This is with the left thumb doing the lift up.
Face down, it just looks like
Incredible, just melts right through.
a perfect illusion. That's what he did on That's Incredible. You remember.
You know, this is just a real light, relaxed grip with wow.
You see any?
And then if you want, you know, people will do it, will sway. And then here's the one that I would do. I just call it a, you know, you say, oh, there's your card, and just deal it. You know, just turn the card over on the deck and then deal it out like that. You never.
Wow.
It's kind of a odd thing, you know. Michael Skinner like that. I could use that.
You can see Mike Skinner.
Yeah.
He's going to come with us. So hold on one second.
Mind if I shuffle them a little bit?
Be my guest.
Take that. Get a read on these.
Those are the ones you sent me back in '96, Steve.
These are ones with the marks we discussed?
That's right.
Put those right here.
So you got a good night's sleep?
I'll try and cut an ace for you there.
Shuffle. He said that.
Of course I didn't get to it. Then he got
Another one. We'll try and cut another one a little bit deeper this time. There you go. These are yours, so.
Yes, they are. They're my cards, and they were randomly shuffled many times.
Okay. And did I take them out and go through them at all?
No, you did not. They were face down the entire time.
Very few people that would appreciate that little subtlety, but I think I got another one. There's another one.
There you go.
Let's do it again. I'm going to look away for this one.
Take it, buddy.
I think I got it.
Yes, you did. Beautiful.
regular sugar, whatever kind of sugars. Is that all bigger there? I don't know what that shows.
What I'm going to do here is take out 12 cards. It's a card trick, but it's quite interesting. 12 cards and 4 aces. See that now?
Okay.
There are no other aces in amongst here, so you know these are the only aces we're using, plus obviously your cards. And you can make sure that you got, you know, all 4 aces are there, nothing else.
Right.
Now look, I'm going to put 3 cards here like this, make up little poker hands. Make sure we, yeah, I can even mix these up. Look. These don't matter at all. You don't have to worry anything about these cards. They should be a little bit neater though. That's the only thing. Now, Bruce, we have an ace for each one of the hands. So each hand gets 1 ace. So here we have an ace, 3 other cards, yes?
Yes.
We'll snap like this, call it the magic, call it anything that you like, but that's all 4 aces. Over here.
Wonderful.
Start from square deck. It might take me a couple to do this, but idea is to make the cars jump. Now you want to get a nice clean one. See, that's a lot cleaner. You know, you see there's a couple cards in there, but there's a lot of one-for-ones.
You see what's happening, Bruce?
I don't understand how he's doing it, though.
Neither do I. I never understood the physics.
There's a
One is moving forward, one is stopping. How is the physics happening, though? I don't understand.
well, the only instruction that I ever got from the guy that came up with this, and all that he knows is to
That's beautiful.
hit this part of the hand, the heel, and then continue. I mean, just stopping at the fingers. So the very
Why
first
does one
One
card
is hitting, and that one is staying put, and then the next one slides over on
Yeah.
top of it.
That's-
The next
then you
one hits,
alternate
the
it?
next one will slide
Yeah.
over.
I don't know how you alternating it.
just seems to happen, but I mean, it's a
It's a thing of beauty.
lot of practice. I mean, there's a great one. Did you get that one?
Yes, it
Really
will.
good one, too.
That's perfect.
There's one missing.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the quality of the cards matters. This happens to be an exceptionally good quality deck. So, you know, they're not getting so many jars. And it's a very odd little thing.
So Bruce, you could have a deck, for example, red, black, just spread through it quickly and swear that the colors are mixed because they are.
You know, it's pretty consistent. So,
Paul gives it one string, gives it one cut, now they're separated.
you can illustrate that if you actually separate the deck out. I mean, basically, you've got the reds and blacks separated. Obviously, if you do this, so I got just make sure I got it. Now, if you do one of these shuffles, you know, where you take the cards and try and remember how you're shuffling, try and shuffle quite cleanly. So, shuffle like this. That's something I can remember. It's just the way that it's shuffled. Okay?
Right?
And then square that up. Like that. Now if we do one of these, that's an exact negative picture of the shuffle that we just did. See that? That was sort of squared there. So if you take these out, I get to check the work though. I missed a couple. I might have to fix it. I don't know if, no, that didn't work. I missed a couple. The red and black. It's pretty good. You see, they're all red and black. I did miss a couple. I missed this one. And I missed this one. I go through. I missed these two here. Apart from these.
You know, they were always throwing you curveballs, these guys, Bruce. They walk you down that path.
I missed a couple, but they were all aces.
They were all aces.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is that your cut card?
Yes.
Now let's see if the dealer has at least trips open. You just shuffled the cards really
Yes,
thoroughly,
I
yes?
shuffled them very well and
What's
cut
that
them.
card?
7. Ace. Ace. Ace.
There they are.
Amazing, Richard. Amazing. I got it.
Slow motion.
That is beautiful.
Timing is everything.
We're gonna burn a card. We're gonna deal hands of blackjack. How many players do we have, Bruce?
6.
6 players open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, that deal's up or down? Up.
They're up.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's that card, Bruce?
King.
What's that card, Bruce?
Ace.
End of round number 1. Nice shuffling.
My wife saw a lot of that yesterday afternoon, as a matter of fact.
I'll try this for the heck of it. We have trip aces on the bottom. 4.
You do now.
You know,
3 aces.
Trip aces, yep.
how many players do we have, Bruce?
6.
6 players. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna deal 5 stud. 5 stud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here comes an ace. Okay, we're down to how many of the 6 players? How many have folded? Call it
Just one.
1. So 5. 1. Give me less than that. 2. I'm not gonna. Yeah, because I ran out of cards already. Didn't cut them deep enough, but I have aces back to back from the middle.
I've never seen anybody do that.
You know, I did that when I did this right after when I was not old much out of my teens. When I first did that. My first brochure, you'll see I'm 21 years old doing it.
That's incredible.
And the reason why I did it was because I really had a hard time with all these magicians saying that, oh, my hands are too small. And so I said, if I can do it end to end, you can do it sideways. And that was what I was. Yeah, I do the one-hand cut the same way. End to end. And I do my shifts, everything. What I do with one hand, I do with the other.
Wow.
That's a shift. Right hand, left hand. One hand backflip. That was one of the first slides I made up. That's one of the first. Four cuts and it's back straight, nothing changes. And what I do back then is I just double cut 2 aces like this, and then I'd start flipping, and then produce an ace, flip it, and produce another ace, you'll flip it, and then produce another ace all of it, so you got all 4. Really? Back in the cheap days when I could get cheap stuff.
Let me get you the aces.
I mean, it's not, there's no talent, Steve.
Yeah, but it looks, what a great production.
Oh, yeah.
I get four aces on top.
Okay. Just put them in there and just put it there. Start here. What's that?
Ace,
What's that?
ace,
What's that?
ace.
What's that?
Very good.
Old stuff.
Oh, it's great. What are you talking about? It's a wonderful revelation.
But it was my kid stuff.
Kid stuff,
Yeah, that's when I was, like I said, I was barely 21, 20, about 20 years old when 20 years old when I did that.
Amazingly talented 19 years old.
And it's all, that was some of the first things I met Vernon. When I met Vernon on right after my 21st birthday.
You're on camera, Richard. Let's go.
This thing, the perfect table riff and shuffle. I wanted to try and get pretty close with one hand.
With one hand.
Beautiful.
Testament to the amount of time I've spent flying in airplanes, practicing this.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes, it does.
I disagree with that, Bruce. And I'll tell you why. I don't say practice makes perfect. I say perfect practice makes perfect. You can practice the thing wrong, and it'll be perfectly wrong when you're done.
Okay.
So perfect practice makes perfect. Practice only makes perfect whatever it is you're practicing. Could be perfectly wrong. I'll cut you. I'll do a few cutting for you if you want all this cheap stuff for your camera. We'll let Steve shuffle for us. Start. Quiet.
That's right, I'm watching and learning. I know when to shut up.
This is just my ace production. What's that card, Bruce?
Ace.
Huh? Ace, right? What's that?
Ace.
What's that?
Ace.
And we need how many more?
One more. There we go.
Okay, watch. We'll do it again. I'll show you.
Bingo.
Put him back in there.
There's one. Let's see. Three.
Shuffle him up there for him. See, I can do it for the camera for you. Watch. Grab those cards, Steve, and spread them. What are they?
Two aces.
Watch. Grab those cards first, Steve.
I got him. Oh, I love that, buddy. I never seen you do that. Not bad.
When I won the world, the thing was Siegfried Roy in 82. That's what I used.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Next time I didn't twist it up like that. Yeah, I did it on the table.
All right, let me see you find him again.
Yeah, this deck is light.
All right, aces. Five-handed. One more effect, buddy, and I'm out of here.
Okay. I'll do one more thing.
Okay, I'm on it.
Yeah, shuffle.
All right, here's shot.
Take out.
You got one?
I got it? Yep.
Got it.
That's it. Say stop.
Stop.
Cut. Finish it. Then do it again. Do it again. Okay. So show the card, all four sides of the card, so you can see no creeps and stuff. Show it the camera. Just let them just square the deck around to the camera. Set it down when you're ready. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? I'm going to try to cut his card out of the middle. What was your card, Steve?
You need a diamond.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
That's it, buddy.
Not surprisingly, my wife Anita told me that I had a grin on my face from the time I walked into our hotel room until I fell asleep that night, and from the glow in my eyes, it was clear how much I enjoyed myself. That was one day I thought that could never be topped. However, I never should have underestimated Richard Turner. On November 11th, 2006, Richard hosted a Cardmen's get-together in La Cañada, California, and to our delight, my son Brett and I, on Steve's left here, were both invited to attend. It was a day that I'll never forget. Who else but Richard Turner could assemble this elite group of cardmen and magicians all under one roof? It was no surprise that Steve Forty topped Richard's guest list. Yet little did he know that the usual 3-hour drive from Vegas down to La Cañada would take him 6 hours in a traffic jam on the 105 freeway in Los Angeles caused by the filming of Bruce Willis's Live Free or Die Hard. Needless to say, we were all really glad that he plodded through to join us. Ron Connolly is a California casino manager who began his career as a professional poker player at the age of 24. He is a well-recognized and highly respected casino surveillance expert, both from the observational and technical points of view, and a man Steve Forty calls, quote, triple sharp. His knowledge of gaffes and devices is extensive, and his knowledge of marked cards is second to none, end quote. Like all of Steve's close friends that I've met, Ron is also a really nice man and always willing to offer advice and assistance. He's also a big fan of magic and a very capable card handler in his own right. Ray Dyer on the left is a longtime friend of Ron's and an incredibly interesting man. Discovering the card tables at the age of 14 and earning a living as a professional gambler his entire life, Ray's the exact opposite of what we expect from a professional gambler. He played 100% on the square, raised 5 kids, and took them to church every Sunday. Whether he was at the poker table or handicapping horse races, Ray always got the best of it. Steve once emailed me, quote, Ron and Ray are 2 of my favorite people and 2 of the most knowledgeable experts I've ever met, end quote. Jason England is a gifted, hard-working, and very skillful card man whose 20-year interest in magic evolved over the last decade into a passion for learning, executing, and teaching the most difficult gambling-related sleights and cheating techniques. Most magicians and cardmen are familiar with the filming of Jason's handiwork in the special feature Tricks of the Trade for the movie Shade, where he performed the McMillan switch, the 2-for-2 blackjack switches, both from above and below the glass tabletop, the hurricane change, and the rub-away vanish. But as a co-star in his friend Paul Wilson's TV series The Takedown, the creator of his own instructional DVDs, and his recent venture into lecturing around the country, Jason has earned a reputation of one of today's finest card handlers. As a close friend of Steve Forte's, it's not surprising that Jason delved into the game protection field, or, like his mentor, that he amassed an extensive library of gambling books, collectible, and gaffed gambling devices. Jason's also an excellent writer, and the author of Richard's wonderful Genie magazine feature entitled Living on Jacks and Queens, a narrative clearly revealing Jason's admiration and very deep respect for his friend. Damon Neiman is a very accomplished card man and both the screenwriter and director of the movie Shade, a favorite among magicians and gamblers for its special feature, Tricks of the Trade. Showcasing the abilities of Paul Wilson, Jason England, and Damien himself with his skillful demonstration of the bottom deal. Derek Delgadio caught the eye of prominent magicians at the age of only 14, earning the nickname Wonder Boy. Compelled to live up to such praise, he immersed himself in the fields of magic and entertainment. Over time, Derek combined his love of magic with his laid-back style and innate ability to make people laugh, continuing to captivate his audiences as he worked his way through college. Derek is now a world-class entertainer and also serves as magical and technical advisor for films and television shows. Michael Weber is a highly successful stage magician and master creator of illusions who, along with his partner, world-renowned magician and actor Ricky Jay, founded the company Deceptive Practices, which created effects for the movies Forrest Gump, Congo, and The Illusionist. Michael, considered one of the brightest creative minds in magic, was a technical advisor on the films The Illusionist, The Prestige, Ocean's 13, and 2 of David Blaine's street magic specials. It was a pleasure to meet him that day. Mike Cavaney is a wonderfully entertaining stage performer, prolific writer, collector, and the publisher of more than 50 prestigious magic books covering the theory, practice, and history of the art. The caveman's biological works include fascinating memories of his friendship with Orson Welles the man, the filmmaker, and of course, the magician. Gazzo is one of the most sought-after professional entertainers in the world, if he can be sought at all. I can say without hesitation, after watching 2 of his performances at the Magic Castle, that he is an incredibly gifted magician and an absolutely hilarious comedian, even if you are a member of the audience targeted by his rapier wit, as my son Brett and I were. Although inherently nomadic, Gazzo probably calls Great Britain his home. Or is it the Florida Keys? Well, never mind. For more than 30 years, he's mixed comedy, mind-blowing magical effects, and British wit and charm to delight sold-out theater audiences, crowded street shows, walk-around venues, and anywhere else they'll pay him to simply be himself. Gazzo's performances consist of a mixture of audience participation, stand-up comedy, mind reading, and his world-famous cups and balls routine, which inevitably evokes the cries from the audience, "How did he do that?" If, of course, they can stop laughing long enough to get the words out. It was certainly a pleasure to spend the day with Gazzo, a man who performs his twisted brand of humor non-stop every waking hour of his life. Billy Kidd started her acting career in Canada at the tender age of 12. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in acting from the University of Alberta, she earned her living in the theater, but, more interestingly, helped create the Slappy Feather Whistle Nose Flute Ensemble. Come on, I know you're going to search the internet to check it out, so I'll make it easy for you. www.noseflute.ca. 14 years later, after studying with Gazzo, Billy fulfilled her secret passion to perform a unique style of magic both on stage and in close-up venues by entertaining crowds in Canada, the United States, Japan, and Great Britain. Last, but certainly not least, we have retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel and Doctor of Psychology Doug Gorman, Richard's trusted friend and fellow San Antonian. If there's one facet of our trip to L.A. in 2006 that bowled me over, it's the time that my son Brett and I shared with Colonel Doug. As I've told Richard, we are only blessed with a few true friends in our world, and Richard is really fortunate to have crossed paths with Doug. He's a real gentleman, and as Brett and I discussed at the Magic Castle, he's also a wonderful magician. While thousands of conjurers can perform sleight of hand, few possess Doug's physical presence, vocal inflection, clever and original patter, dexterity, creativity, and a sheer love of the art. He also has the look that his audiences and peers in the magic community have come to expect in great magicians. If you were ever in San Antonio on a Friday evening, be sure to catch Doug's performance at the Spaghetti Warehouse. You'll really be glad you did. If you ask Doug, he'll tell you that he's an incredibly lucky guy to be able to call Richard Turner his friend. I told him there's no doubt in my mind that the feeling is mutual. And now, please join me, along with Richard and his guests, at the Cardmen's gathering in La Cañada.
Can't, but there's nothing to strap the arms.
That's fine. I just want to.
Hey, you already bring your pizza?
Yeah, a friend of mine made, Bryce made one for me.
Did you bring it?
It's on the card.
How are you?
Since Steve's the only person I know that actually owns
Billy, we
one.
met last year with John.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me.
How was that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me. It's not,
No, not yet.
It's not finished. So tell me, for a kid that's never actually
Damien, look at
seen
this. Yeah.
one, hold that.
Oh, is this the one you made?
Who made
Yeah.
this?
For having never seen one, this ain't too bad.
Much better than that.
And some of the lines.
Doesn't it?
We have what's better than that.
I don't have arm straps.
Okay, I just
for
want to see
it.
how you did the hinges, because that's
Now that's
There's no
wrong,
hinges.
not
That's,
inside.
that's the difference.
Yeah, because
There's no hinges. This is all it's in a bicycle brake cable, so it's flexible. And he didn't use like brake cable or anything. He used trombone cord, which is made out of Kevlar, I guess, and it's extremely strong. So,
didn't mean to grab your butt.
but you know, that's not too bad for 4 hours worth of work.
If this guy leads you to string, if he makes a few more,
Well,
Put you on the list.
everyone that's
you
seen
know
it
what
so
to
far said,
I'll take it.
I got $50.
I got 50 bucks.
$30
I want
worth of
his
material.
fourth generation one.
That's actually the first thing I said. I said, you know what? If you make 5 of these and you improve each one, put a card in my hand there. Then this will.
Look at that.
It will be a little. It'll be something that you could sell. Now I haven't worked with a machine enough to even be able to get the card.
Bruce.
Yes.
There we
You
go.
have your video camera?
Yes,
Get a picture of him with his.
I got it.
But
Let's call Rod.
I think
Yeah, really,
5
Rod.
generations later,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
Rod.
actually have something here.
It's like pretty damn good. Man, this goddamn thing works, man. Hey, Ron, your joint's still open?
Yeah, that's how he talks there.
These are shade cards here. The whole thing, the whole convention was a bit of a whitewash because it wasn't a sense of
The blue card, I
a
believe,
community convention because everyone was scattered, you know.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
think
you've
that-
been there before, right?
Oh,
It's
I've
not
done it
normally,
5
it's not normally like that?
No, it was really a bad atmosphere this year.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't have anything to compare it to that convention, so I didn't know. Incorporated some new Because, I mean, he does it very well. Right, yeah. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
really concentrated on, you don't see the so then they did,
She's really enjoyed that.
Whatever you want.
Black's more
Well, there you go.
Only because he said, you sign them all. Just take a bunch of pictures with everybody with.
Hey!
It's a motley crew, right?
Doing good. Hey, Bruce. How are you? Nice to see you. You have a good trip in? Yeah, great. It's my son Brad.
Just all
Still hanging around here?
Maker of the box. Open on both sides, glued on one side, so it's
One for deep sea diving and one for just
well, you shuffle while you do the dive.
trunk fishing.
oh, it's all right, he's on the hat, on the sleeve, just like
Steve, did you find a pizza?
Fill in for Bill.
I did. I had one slice just to take the,
Edge off?
well, I didn't stop coming. I knew I was running out, so I just drove all over through.
Make sure there's more.
No, I got just enough.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
He's not cyborg. Get him!
I've already been through those, no red knot.
Very nice.
I put one second on the face. Right underneath the nine of spades.
Of course, you know, it's nice to have a few minutes to get that
Oh,
edge.
I was looking for red pants. I knew you'd try to
Get
keep
this
it.
out.
That's a Steve Bean thing. Great. It's just very funny.
Very
to
nice,
go
buddy.
with it. Yeah, you met him at 31 Faces. Were you there? No. Oh, yes, I was there with you. Hypothetically, you were winning.
Hypothetically, you
Would you attribute it more to the cards you were dealt, the choices you made, or something else?
All three.
Okay, it's a good answer. We'll actually kind of test that theory a little bit by giving you some cards. Those are the cards that you're dealt.
Okay.
This is the choice that you make. As I go through, you please say stop.
Stop.
So that's the choice that you make. So let's just review for a moment. Give you some room here. What's good is we won't get cards mixed up here. So we've got the cards you were dealt, the choices you made, and there's something else is luck. So please reach through and take out your 5th card and drop that on top of the other 4 without looking at it. So let's review if together, as you thought, these 3 things actually work for your benefit. The cards that you're dealt, the choices you're made, and that's luck.
Wow, very cool.
Tell me, what did you have?
A royal flush.
Oh.
In clubs though, so it's not over the top. That's my addition. To not have it be spades. So you're right, you're clearly right.
Yeah, very nice. Doing a gambling expose, and it's keeping away from the machines, which is a very good thing, yeah.
The machines up his sleeve or the machines he puts money into?
Didn't put any money into them.
I love this. Hey.
I think it's a caveman. What are you doing?
Who's that? Is it Mike Caven?
Hey.
No, did you just tell us what?
No, I told him about her.
Is he here?
How are you?
Is he here? No, what did you want to tell us about it? Tell us a good caveman story, Ricky, before he shows up. Hurry.
No,
Is one of it?
just snaps it.
Three
From the
of your
back.
names on the bottom. I'll just show you some of just a few moves. You have a 9 on top?
I don't have any.
I don't know if you can see the best. I'll try to. I'll just show you some deals.
Then go back and take a picture.
You know,
The old, my Steve called my sweep second deal.
Yeah, earlier in the week we told you.
how awesome.
It was gorgeous.
And I'll show you some others. Is that a 9 deal?
Yes.
This is just a kind of a loose grip. You don't have to do it fast.
Sure.
You know. Unnatural ways. Well, I'll show you a few more seconds. I have like 20 different second deals. Well, no, are those 9s on the bottom? Correct. 4, yes. Make sure everything is face down. And you've heard of bottom dealers. I don't have a cut card, you know, but you have the card, but it brings it. I'll try this way. So it's good. I'm trying to work sideways. Okay, 1, 2.
Oh. They're excited.
Then you cut card 9s.
I was waiting for the move. The real move happened early.
The real move. Exactly.
But the second move was good too.
Well, you know, I do. Here's
I only saw
fun.
it you seen pull from the back.
Well, I do it this way. You can do it frontwards, but the thing about the
I've seen it very often. I can't even remember where it's.
because you know, it's just you can do it a little slower, and then it's not necessarily unnatural to cut forward, you know.
I mean, I've never seen anybody do it like that.
Yeah, well, I made it up. I mean, I never saw anyone do it that way either until I thought, it seems like it'd be less obvious, but that was probably when I was. But watch this one here. This is
That's one's a cascade.
one of my favorite here. Take it, push it in. Take it back down. And then I have about half a dozen different variations. Now watch this way here. They shoot in this way, and you can take this half here and shoot them straight back out that other side here, see? And then strip them out. Now this one here, you bow both of them forward, watch. Bow both of them forward, and then watch, you can just cross right there. and then take them back out. Okay? Is that you follow? Is that,
Yeah.
Does that look all right?
Looks good.
And then of course one of my favorites is like this, because you can really get a good bridge on it. And then I have this other one like this. This is one of the first ones I did like this.
Yeah, where you just mock the whole thing.
And you get it, and then you just take them through and say I'm taking them. I'm taking them.
I thought you were talking to me.
Shuffle the cards.
We need at least one more, why is that?
You're kind of filling in for Malone right now, basically. I know. He's bummed. We all, yeah, yes.
Did you call David?
Are you with us, Michael?
No.
Michael?
I'm watching.
Cut the deck for
Actually,
me.
we should have Michael call.
Carry it.
That would be even worse.
Shuffling, cut. Name, give me a number of players.
5.
And where do you want to sit? 1 to 5.
I'll take the 1 seat.
You want number 1? Right here? And I'm going to do it nice and slow for you. You chose number 1. You chose number 1. You chose number 1. But I forget so far.
Jack and Queen.
Now pair jacks.
We're doing seven studs. So let's see if I feel it here.
I haven't even been to your new
What's that now?
Jack.
Jack, what's that? Queen,
Ten lead.
Ace.
ace. There it is, ace, king, queen, jack, 10.
Hey, we should go to Vegas again
Well,
for
either way.
Christmas.
You shuffled, chose. How many players chose where you wanted to sit?
Ricky showed up.
A 4-hour trip. You made it
We're
6
shuffling.
hours.
Shuffle
I knew I was
makes
running late. I just
He kept a gas can in the car, up on the road. Had one of those jets fly over him.
Shuffle, box.
Shuffle. Alright. How about blackjack? You play 21? Sure. And give me a number of players.
When you drove?
Oh, you see the mark.
I did. 3.
Who gets
You're gonna kill
blackjack?
yourself
1,
one
2,
of
and
these
3.
days.
No, I did. I have a
God,
list of 3.
He writes manuscripts longhand while he drives.
You want number 3 to have a blackjack, right?
Yes. And 3 has a blackjack.
There you go.
Know about
Except this time, we're gonna give it to the house, okay? What do you have?
6.
What do you have?
8. Hit. 15. Hit.
You sure? What do you got?
24
That
right
one's
there.
finished. Too high.
What do you have on that?
9. Should have a 10.
What do you have, 17?
Cards there.
What do you have?
16 here. Hit
Right here, this one?
Hit 16.
Plus 2.
History?
History. Plus
Do you have-
Now he's catching up.
And he just
How many
spotted
players?
a tell 2 houses over, a guy playing solitaire.
One guy from left. Is it time for the house to have another blackjack?
in this spot.
I saw your toes wiggling.
I'm just trying to stay awake. I got a little bit of sleep last night.
A little bit.
No, Jason's already busted my chops. He already asked me if I needed that.
What do you have?
I think it was
22.
They got a bet.
11. Hit this one.
You want to double on it?
It's like 4,000 square feet.
Yes or no?
No, I
You
don't
have 11? You have 11?
I'm not going to double it.
Okay. But I want you to peek the top card before you.
If he showed up,
Got it?
yeah, if he showed up,
And we have a bottom card, okay? And you want 21.
excuse
Yeah?
things going on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
17, no cards.
Okay, here it is.
As if being an unparalleled card man, a master-ranked 6th-degree black belt in the Watakai Japanese hardstyle karate, and the author of the exciting time travel novel Redeal wasn't enough, Richard is also the inventor of 2 games, Texas Showdown, which combines the elements of both Monopoly and poker in a fast-paced and entertaining game, and the marvelous mental strategy game called Batty, so named because it drives most people crazy. By the way, if you're ever invited to play Texas Showdown with Richard's son Ace of Spades, beware. He's a shark. Here's a short clip of Richard explaining how to play Batty at the Cardman's party.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
And I'll very quickly show you the principle. You put the high card down, the other ones are mixed up, and of course this is just to teach you. 2 rules. You only move 1 card at a time. You can't put a high card and low card. The idea is to get a scrambled C in order on A 3, 2, 1. So that is what? One, that's a 2, put that 1 there, 3 is in, I got 2 over there, 1 here, 3, 2, 1. Very simple, okay? Now every time you add 1 card, it doubles plus 1, the minimum number of moves will take the result, okay? I'll just jump up to, what's that?
6.
6, okay. So this will be like 16 times more difficult than
You
what we
start
just
with
did.
the highest one, Ronnie, to begin with. You
Yeah.
shuffle everything else. And the only rule is what, Richard? You can't put
You
a...
can't put a high card on low card. You can't put a 2 on top of a 1. You can put a 1 on a 3.
And you got to get everything on the A in order.
In order, exactly. You can only move 1 card at a time. And these are shuffled up so you don't know what the kind of form. So, Michael, what's that card?
That is a 3.
Okay, what's that?
That is a 4.
And I'm doing a 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, watch right here. Okay, what's that?
That's a 2. You got lucky, that's a 1. But now it's going to
That's
get
a
messy.
5.
Right.
Okay, now I gotta get my 3, 2, 1 over here, so I can put the 4 on the 5. That's a 5, right?
Correct.
So that's a 4, yes?
Yes.
Now I got the 2, 1 over here, so I can put the 3 on the 4. 1 over here, 2, 1. Okay, straighten up my neck. Everything straight?
Yes.
And my 6 is in, yes?
Correct.
Now you gotta get the 4, 3, 2, 1 over there, so I can put the 5 over there as well. Move that there, put that there. And the 3, 2, 1, now the 4, 4 is over there. Now I gotta get 3 on the 4. 2 on the 3, the 1 on the 2, so I can put the 5.
Got it right there. That's the 5. You're good.
Now you gotta get the 4, 3, the 3, 2, 1 in the middle, so I can put the 4 there. Is that the 4?
That's the 4.
Okay, and then the 2, 1 over here, so I can put the 3 on the 4, and then 6, 5 for the 2 ones. Yeah. But it goes up to, this one goes up to 11, which is 1 to 2,000 moves, depending on the shuffle, without making a mistake. I have a level that goes up to 14, which is 8 to 16,000 moves without a mistake. That's the ratio, the number of moves it'll take you depending on the shuffle. And I did one time, I did a 15, which is 16 and a half to 32,000 moves without a mistake. And it took me 7 hours and 5 minutes to unscramble it.
Is that where he's from? Yeah, he and his business.
But yeah, okay, that's a 6, and that's a 5, that's a 4.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you try it out,
This is
Ron.
2 by 3. I want
Okay, what's that card, Ron?
just
2.
What do you want, A or B?
3 before.
Hey.
I don't know. That's what I would.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, it's all random. It's at this point. You're just trying to get me information.
That's a 1, so that can go on top of it.
Yeah,
They're really great.
put it up top to 2.
And that's a 3. Now you can't go there. It
Can't
just
go
goes
there.
anywhere. It has to go there. We know that's a 4. It can't go anywhere. Now you got to get the 4 over there with the 2 and the 1 on the way. So what
See
should
why
we
the
do?
3 can't go on top, buddy?
Yeah, sorry.
So what should we do to get so we can open up that A so we can move the 4? What should we do?
I don't have a clue.
Where can we move the 1?
You move the 1 either way, right?
You can move it anywhere. But where would be the most likely? Where would be the best place to move it?
4.
That's what I would do. Now what would we do? Now you're free.
2 to the 3.
2 to the 3. 1 to the 2. See, now you can move your 4.
Okay.
Now you gotta get your 3 over there, but the 1 and the 2 are in the way. So what would we do with the 1? One way will take you 7 moves, the other will take you 9 moves, depending on which way you go.
Wow. You pick.
Ron just said the shorter way.
And tell them what that is, Michael.
I think you could put the 1 to the 4, the
Very
2 over
good.
to the 3.
Exactly.
Move the 1 to the 2, the 3 to the 4, the 1 to the B, right? 2 and then the 1.
I've actually done a 10 on the phone with people, and they'll move the cards, and I just tell them what to do.
Can you do it while looking?
I've been working on that. It hasn't worked out.
Richard Turner had 4 goals as a young man: to become an actor, to develop a muscular physique like Charlton Heston in the movie Ben-Hur, to kick like Bruce Lee, and to live on Jackson, Queens, although he had no idea what it meant when he heard it in the theme to Maverick as a young boy. As a stage actor for 7 years, and an entertainer performing his character The Cheat for thousands of audiences worldwide for decades, Richard Turner obviously achieved his dream of becoming an actor. A quick look at the photos of him on his website and his DVDs will quickly confirm that Richard achieved his 2nd and 3rd goals by learning to kick like Bruce Lee and developing the muscular physique of a young Charlton Heston. Most of us would be satisfied achieving 3 out of 4 such lofty lifetime goals, but, unbelievably, in his career spanning 4 decades, Richard proved to the world, through tireless practice, self-discipline, dogged tenacity, God-given ability, and creativity coupled with little more than a deck of playing cards and a poker table, that he also reached his primary goal by actually living on Jackson, Queens. What makes Richard so special in my view is that he's lived his life according to 3 traits that I value the highest: integrity, honesty, and loyalty. But he added perseverance and an undying will to overcome adversity. As a devoted husband and caring father, he's a great role model for his son Ace of Spades. Steve Forty once told me, Richard Turner would have been a remarkable man even if he'd never picked up a deck of cards, and I couldn't agree more. And I'm sure you can imagine how wonderful it is to be able to call him my friend.